Second, Vincelette. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. 5 yeas at 7:04. Item 3, there were no actions, nothing to report out from closed session. Procedural issues, recording this meeting is being made shall be kept for 30 days as public record as applicable. Pledge of allegiance led by myself. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call of members. Myself, present. Mr. Gutierrez. Here. Present. Mr. Bender. Mr. Moore. Here. Mr. Vincelette. Here. And student member absent.
Can I ask a question about the student member? Is she going to be allowed to come here, or she's got extra reliever, and I can go talk to her? I need to know that. I have to talk to her.
She could, yes, we have to readjust on the other side.
I will talk to her.
Okay.
Just like she just moved right next door to me.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda? Item C.
I will approve the agenda.
Mr. Gutierrez, second. Moore. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So. All right. Reports and communications. We do have a letter from the student board member, Ms. Michaela Gaddis, and that will be read by Trustee Moore.
This thing work?
Yeah.
It's on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is from Michaela Gaddis at Roseland High Early College Campus. She's the ASB president. She says, "Good evening. I hope you are all well despite our situation. I apologize for not making reports in the past. I have just gotten over COVID, and thankfully I am now okay. This school year has been a hard one, not only for us students, but for all our faculty and staff as well. As a senior, my class has been hit the hardest. We're hoping for some sort of senior activity before our graduation. Here are some things we have done as ASB and other organizations in the past semester. September Spirit Week and October Spirit Week and a costume contest. ASB had a holiday fundraiser. Drama had a Seize Candy fundraiser. Drama held a fall virtual play. Class of 2021 has been working on their senior apparel. ASB, Cadet Corps, and cheerleaders have volunteered to help with the Special Olympics. Athletics are slowly opening. Currently, only cross country is organizing their team to begin their practices, and ASB and Cadet Corps have been promoting the Great Kindness Challenge on January 25th through the 29th.
Yeah, thank you. Ms. Sally, do you have anything from RTA?
No, nothing.
Nothing from RTA? Ms. Sally, do you have anything from CSEA?
No.
Nothing from CSEA. Next up, CBO report, Mr. Irving.
Alright, from me, I've met with food service managers and food service supervisor this week, and to finally reintroduce myself to them and see what they need from me and all of that, check in and see what's going on with them. They would like to make a special shout out to Domingo Navarro from the high school on the way he's kept their cafeteria in shape the last few months, and so they're very happy with his work. Met with transportation to do the same, just to assess where they are, what they need, figure out, just make sure that there's nothing happening that major that I need to know about or anything like that. Let them know, open line of communication and everything like that. Brief update on the bus grant that went to that you guys did a resolution for back in, I believe, September. But we've sent off our signature pages back to them. We're still awaiting return of those with the approval and sign off by those folks and their attorney. Schools Legal has looked at the piggyback contract that we're planning on using. Bill Hornbeck, they're good with it, so we're just really waiting for the signature pages to come back so we can start the process of ordering buses.
You're waiting on what again? Signatures?
Yeah, signature. All the grant paperwork, everything came with signature pages that we sign off on, and then Eastern Kern will have their. And at least their legal counsel, and I don't know who else would sign off on their behalf.
Have we been approved for that grant?
Yes, we have been approved. Yeah.
Good. So we can get some new buses.
Yeah. So now we're just hopefully sooner than later we'll be able to begin the process of getting the 5 more new buses. And
Have we looked into the electrical buses, or are we still going to go with the diesel?
I believe they're diesel. I have to check in on that before I
We looked into the electric and the propane ones 2 years ago when we got the last set of buses. And at that time, the buses could barely do 120 miles. You could not, and then you could have to charge for 8 hours. We could not make it 2 runs a day with it. And then the propane ones, actually they're natural gas. We would have to put in a natural gas setup, and then the county will not allow us to put it in our place unless we have it open to the public.
So good to know. And then as far as the classified summer assistance program, we got 19 signed up so far. So they still have until March 1st to turn in their paperwork if they're electing to participate.
Okay.
So, last meeting, were we at 19 still?
We were at like 12 or something like that. It was just over 10, so they're not coming in super quickly, but our last meeting was coming off the heels of the winter break. So I expect in the next week or so more to come through. More people have called me with questions about it, and to get more info to see if it's something they'd like to participate in or not.
All right, thank you, Mr. Irving. Next up, Associate Superintendent Mrs. Hargis.
Next week we are going to be having our second meeting of the calendar committee that will take place on Wednesday at 2:30. I'd like to thank the CSBA and RTA members that are working on it. We're working on the calendar, and hopefully we will have one in the next few weeks that we can bring to the board for approval for next year. I've been working with the HR department, and we've been meeting with all of our permanent teachers to make sure that they're on track and see if they need any assistance in any way. Many of them have a lot of intern hours that they have to complete, so we have been giving them some assistance in that area. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Hargis. Next up, Superintendent Report, Mrs. Gaines.
Thank you, President Tanksley. I just want to say welcome to everyone and thank them for joining us this evening. I'd like to invite our community members, if you get a chance. We have created 2 new library learning centers, one at Tropico Middle School and one at Roseman High School. We are in the process of adding additional library books, and we have a lot of new 21st century furniture in the libraries to hopefully enhance our students when we return to in-person instruction. So I'm very, very excited, really pleased with the way the 2 centers have turned out. We're also, Cabinet and I are discussing the possibility of returning to 2 3-week sessions of summer school. One would be in June, and the other one would be in July to assist us. This would be in-person instruction. We have had some teachers already show interest in working the one or both of those sessions. This would be to assist us in mitigating some of the learning loss our students are currently suffering with this ongoing distance learning. And I want to thank RTA and Mr. Quellman for his assistance in selecting an outstanding grading committee of about 32 teachers who will be working with Ken O'Connor. We're going to start this February 25th, yes, and we will continue with an ultimate goal of creating a grading policy for Southern Kern Unified School District. So Mr. O'Connor is an expert on grading. He's Canadian, also spends part of his life in the United States. So very well known, authored many books, so we're very excited to be working with him in Southern Kern.
Thank you, Superintendent Gaines. Next up, board member communication. First up, Mr. Vincelette, welcome.
Thank you. I don't really need that. I got enough of a voice that this should be over here. It's great to finally get back, get back into the swing of things. I do want to let everybody know that I do work, but I am off Fridays, so anything you want to do or whatever, I'm available Fridays. So that takes care of that part. Sent Mr. Wexler an email considering where Princess is going with getting away from PPN going to DEI. Just a little quick note on that. So something we may want to consider down the line as far as distant learning is, of course, a very hot issue with everybody. I personally do not like Zoom, but there are other venues out there that will do work a lot better that I'm going to suggest to Mrs. Gaines to have somebody look at. Things like Microsoft Teams, Skype. We find those work much better in a training environment or meeting environment. And I don't know what the cost factors are, but I'm only going on my personal use of what we do with Princess, because that's what I work for. And I'm still involved with distant learning because I'm a student, as well as sometimes I offer some background into distant learning. And I do have a big background in distant learning. I started that in 1977. So I have an understanding, and I've discussed with Barbara about distant learning. She asked me the question, will we ever get out of distant learning? The answer is no. It's going to be here to stay. We just have to figure it out. So, example I will give is every teacher has to do lesson plans. All you're going to have to do is figure out how to do enhanced lesson plans to include video. And there is information out there to do that. But other than that, glad to be back. And don't be afraid to send me an email. And I also, too, I've got to get with the IT guys because I need to set up my computer so I can get all my emails through Southern Kern.
Okay.
So as of Friday, I'll send you an email, let you know, and we'll set up some times. Just I know you don't like Max, but I do.
Okay.
Then I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Vincelette. Next up, Mr. Moore.
I just want to say welcome.
Thank you,
So
sir.
glad to have you here. I want to say thank you to all our food service workers. I see them out there at Roseland Elementary, the high school, and a few other places. And it seems like they're always handing out bright names. I think her name, Raven is her name. I see her all the time on social media answering. Parents will say, what is this for? What's that for? And she'll be on answering, saying, this is for this is what you clicked on, and this and that. And other than that, stay safe. Wear your mask, social distance, all that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moore. Next up, Mr. Bender.
I just want to say distant learning sucks. I can't wait till we get back to school.
Don't disagree with you.
I want to really thank our staff, our school district, for going through a tough year. And when we do get these students back, it's going to be even tougher. We need to catch up and catch up as quick as we can. And I'm proud of our district, and I'm looking forward to getting back to school. Hopefully our governor and schools are okay to do something soon and get back to school. That's the biggest thing I think we need to do. Looking forward to having some parents at our meetings. I sort of miss them. So it'd be nice. So thanks everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Bender. Mr. Gutierrez?
I just want to thank everybody for going online and watching our video chat, I guess you'd call it. And Bob, nice to see you here again.
Thank you, sir.
Glad you fared well with your problem.
Well, hey, you can tell, it's COVID-19.
Yeah. So you, thank you, and you fared okay. And I just want to continue on what we have to do.
Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. From me, you'll get the usual spiel. Remain COVID vigilant, physical distance, mask, wash your hands, limit your groups, and help our community get recover from the COVID virus. Next up, comments from the public. Email only. Members of the public may address the board on any item within the jurisdiction of the board by submitting presentation requests to the secretary. Members of the public are strongly urged not to mention personnel by name and are reminded that they do not have immunity from legal action if personnel are named. The board may limit each speaker to 3 minutes with a total of 20 minutes per topic. Ms. Sally, do we have any public comments?
We have no public.
All right, no public comments. Next up is item 6, consent items A through E, and this is for action. Any questions on items A through E? Mr. Bender?
No, sir.
No?
Actually, I think I can. On contract for assistant consultant, kind of a
Great consultant.
the great consultant. I read through a lot of contracts, and this was very basic. Now, is he charging just strictly the $12.50 for coming out here and doing
That is for the
initial session?
the 2.5 hour session. That's per session, and those sessions will all be via Zoom, but that's what he charges per session. So it'll be a total of 4 times that $12.50.
I like that. US 5,000.
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Yes, sir.
It just.
And I'm sure that I'm going to speak up, and Mr. Irving will correct me if I'm wrong, but this is probably something professional development. This is professional development that we can probably use federal Title II funds, which are restricted and they're primarily for professional development.
Sorry,
I have a question on D, the Frank's radio. Those are the ones that you could talk all the way out to Broad Public.
Yes.
Yes.
It worked well.
Oh, it was amazing, and to be able to, Raleigh Davis went to all of our schools. He went to varied locations on the campuses, inside the cafeterias, inside the gyms, different places, and he called in to my office. I was there with the radio, and to quote Miss Sally, it's the first time in her career here she's ever heard anyone actually be able to communicate inside the Tropico gym or the Tropico cafeteria, and it was very, very clear. So safety is our #1 priority, and I believe these radios, we've ordered enough for all sites, the principal, the assistant principal, secretary, and a couple of others to be on the site, and for some here at the district office, we'll
enable us to provide a greater level of safety should we ever really incur any kind of tragedy or, heaven forbid, a shooter or something like that. So we're very excited to have them. A little costly investment, but something much needed.
Accept items A through E.
I do have a motion for consent of items A through E from Mr. Gutierrez, second.
Second.
Mr. Vincelette. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item A, second content review and reading of the 2021 Comprehensive School Site Safety Plans. This is discussional, informational, and Mr. Irving will be doing.
Alrighty, so, again, given the size of all of these documents, for the sake of not going through ad nauseum and putting everybody to sleep, I'm just gonna open the floor to any questions or concerns that you may have found within the reports, just so that, note them, take care of them, fix them, so before they, they get through.
I know we're still reviewing, but any questions up to this point? I think if anything, it's happy to glad stuff. I mean, but it's not earth shattering. We were pretty thorough last year, and only a few additions this year with COVID and stuff like that. So, does anybody have anything?
The only thing I have to say is, can we try to get Prop going forward to get better like front page?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just saying Prop and little safety plan.
A better front cover?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the rest of them have like the contacts of the festivals and all that. Their mascot, theirs is just blue writing.
Well, I guess, Mr. Irving, if you can make a sample cover page so they're all standardized and we look professional, that'd probably be the best route.
All right, I can do that.
Good enough?
Yep.
All right. Any other questions on that? Mr. Irving, did you have anything else?
No.
All right. Item 8, personnel items. For item A, approve the following list of personnel items. This is for action. This is our Superintendent Gaines.
Are, pretty self-explanatory. The classified confidential group, we have a campus safety officer, a CSO transferring from Roseman High School. He was initially hired for Rare Earth. We will be moving him back to Rare Earth where he was initially hired for. And we have a couple of food service workers who are just replacements. These are not, Mr. Bender, new hires. And then we have classified sub hired there, and also we have a in the certificated. The only difference in this person has been employed. This person was on was an intern, and now this person is fully credentialed. This is a person who in pupil personnel service and has received that PPS credential. So that just makes that adjustment there. So again, not a new hire.
Do we have a motion to approve personnel items?
I'll make the motion.
All right, Mr. Gutierrez first. Second. Mr. Moore. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. It's 5 yeas. And item 9. This is adjournment for action. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Vincelette. Second. Moore. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's 5 yeas. And we are done at 7:28.